The Crusades created warriors who became legends and monsters. They crossed continents, fought in lands they had never seen before. Some were driven by faith, others by power, but all of them changed history. These are the 10 greatest crusaders in history. Number 10. Robert Curthose, the son of William the Conqueror. A man born into expectation. From the moment he was born, greatness was assumed, not earned, expected. Robert was supposed to be great, but the reality was different. He lacked discipline, struggled with consistency. His decisions were often impulsive and sometimes damaging. He struggled with leadership, not because he lacked courage, but because he lacked control. He often made decisions that weakened his position, created tension with allies, and gave advantage to enemies. He joined the First Crusade to prove himself, to earn respect, to step out of his father's shadow. On the battlefield, he was brave. There was no hesitation in combat. He fought alongside his soldiers, shared the same risks. During the march through Anatolia, he endured the same hardships: heat, hunger, constant threat. Every mile forward came at a cost. But when it came to strategy, he faltered. He hesitated when others acted, missed key opportunities. Other commanders respected his courage, but they did not trust his judgment. Still, he never backed down from danger, and that courage secured his place among the Crusaders. Number 9. Raymond IV of Toulouse. One of the wealthiest men in the Crusades. Raymond was deeply religious. He believed in the mission completely. He saw the crusade as a sacred duty, but he was difficult. He refused to follow others, refused to compromise. This created constant tension. Decisions slowed, unity weakened, but Raymond never abandoned the cause. He funded soldiers, maintained forces. His resources kept campaigns alive. At the siege of Jerusalem, he played a major role. He helped organize attacks, maintained pressure. Even when success seemed uncertain, he continued. His persistence mattered. Without him, the Crusaders might not have held together. Number 8. Tancred. A warrior built for battle. Tancred moved fast, struck hard. He thrived in chaos. Where others hesitated, he acted. During campaigns, he led aggressive assaults, took the most dangerous positions. He pushed forward when others slowed. He understood speed decides outcomes. At Jerusalem, his actions became infamous. He entered the city with force, fought without hesitation. Street by street, the fighting continued. His reputation spread quickly. Enemies feared him, allies respected him, but his methods were brutal. There was no mercy in his approach. Yet in medieval warfare, brutality was often effective. Fear broke resistance, destroyed morale. And Tancred understood that. He used fear as a weapon. Number 7. Bohemond I, a strategist who understood more than just battle. Bohemond saw opportunity where others saw chaos. He relied on calculation, on timing, on control. During the First Crusade, he became a key leader, not because of titles, but because of results. At the siege of Antioch, the situation turned desperate. Months passed, supplies ran low, morale collapsed. Many believed the city could not be taken. Bohemond disagreed. He didn't focus on the walls, he focused on weakness. He contacted a guard inside the city, negotiated in secret. Then one night, everything changed. The gates opened, Crusader forces entered. The city fell, but victory didn't last. A second army arrived. The Crusaders were now trapped inside. Bohemond took control. He organized the defense, restored order, held the city under pressure, and survived. Then he made his final move. He claimed Antioch for himself, not for faith, for power. Number 6. Frederick Barbarossa. An emperor with experience. Barbarossa brought order. His army was massive, well organized. He maintained discipline, managed supply lines. Everything suggested success. Then everything changed. During a river crossing, he fell into the water and drowned. The news spread quickly. Morale collapsed. Without leadership, the army broke. Many turned back. A powerful campaign ended instantly. What began with strength ended in silence. A single moment erased everything. Number 5. Louis IX. a king driven by faith. Louis believed the crusade was his duty. He prepared carefully, organized forces, planned logistics. At first, success seemed possible. Cities were taken, momentum grew, then conditions changed, disease spread, supplies weakened, the army slowed, enemy forces responded, pressure increased. Eventually, Louis was captured, a king taken prisoner. Yet he remained composed. He did not panic, did not break under pressure. He negotiated his release, returned home, but he did not stop. Years later, he launched another crusade, still committed, still believing. Even after failure, he died during that campaign, not in battle, but from illness. His faith never changed, even when everything else did. Number 4. Baldwin IV, a king with a dying body. From childhood, he knew his fate. Leprosy would take everything, but not his mind, not his will. At 16, he faced Saladin at Montgisard. His army was smaller, outnumbered, exhausted. Most would avoid battle. He attacked. At dawn, his forces moved forward, unexpected, relentless. They broke enemy lines and won. The victory shocked the region. As his condition worsened, he kept leading. Even when he could no longer ride, he was carried into battle. His enemies saw weakness, but faced determination. Number 3. Godfrey of Bouillon, a leader defined by discipline. Godfrey was calm, controlled. During the siege of Jerusalem, he played a central role. Siege towers were built. Pressure increased daily. Then the final assault began. His forces pushed forward, climbed the walls, broke through. The city fell. After victory, he was offered the crown. He refused. He chose a different title: Defender of the Holy Sepulchre. He did not want to rule as king. That decision defined him. A leader focused on duty, not ambition or power. Number 2. Baldwin I, the first true king of Jerusalem. A leader who understood power. Baldwin did more than fight. He built stability, captured key territories, secured trade routes, strengthened defenses. His decisions were strategic, sometimes ruthless, but effective. He turned a fragile state into a functioning kingdom. He reinforced alliances, maintained control over distant lands, and ensured the kingdom could survive constant threats. Number 1. Richard I, Richard the Lionheart, a king who lived for war. During the Third Crusade, he became one of the most feared commanders. At the Battle of Arsuf, his leadership stood out. His army marched under pressure. Enemy forces attacked repeatedly, but Richard held formation. He waited. At the right moment, he gave the order. The charge was decisive. His forces broke through enemy lines. Victory followed. He understood timing, control, when to hold, when to strike. Even his enemies respected him. His name became legend. But he never took Jerusalem, and that made his story even more powerful. He won battles, but not the final objective. And that contrast defined his legacy. The Crusades were brutal, driven by faith, power, and ambition. They reshaped history, and the men who fought became legends. Some remembered as heroes, others as warnings, but none were forgotten.